everybody, I'm Goku, and I'm bringing you guys the next part of What If Goku and Vegeta were sent to Beerus' world. In the previous part, I ended with Frieza achieving his new form, and of course, Goku and Vegeta breaking through their limits. Now we're going back to the episode. Of course, Vegeta and Goku and Vegeta would have been staying together, with both of them now in their transformations, with Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue evolution, and Goku in Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Goku will look at Vegeta and tell him, "Alright, Vegeta, this is the best we can do right now. If we don't stop Frieza, he may be able to even defeat Beerus, if we're not careful." While Vegeta will scoff and say to Goku, "I know, clown. Don't underestimate me. We may have been able to be surpassed by Frieza now, but we broke through our limits, and now I don't think he'll be able to stand a chance against us." Goku just smiles and tells Vegeta that he believes so as well. But as they continue to talk, Frieza will just look at him and tell him, "You pathetic monkeys, you think that since you just changed your hair color and gain more power, you can just defeat me? How foolish of both of you. I was able to handle both of you at the same time in this form. What makes you think that this new power of yours can do anything?" But before Frieza can finish his last sentence, Goku appear and instantly punch him, saying to him, "Don't underestimate us. We have become much stronger than before, so you should not underestimate our power." Vegeta agrees as he tells him, "Indeed, the clowns are right. You, Frieza, you will pay for everything you have caused, for all lives you have taken, from not only just the Saiyans but all the innocent beings. You'll pay for all of them." As Goku, of course, Vegeta looks back to Goku, and Goku nods. With his power, Goku then rushes at Frieza, pulling him down to the ground as Frieza is crumbled to the ground. Frieza isn't even shocked of the power that they both possess now. The power that Goku and Vegeta possess now is even greater than he actually anticipated. He tries to fight both of them, but due to their teamwork, Goku and Vegeta were easily able to overpower Frieza, telling the Emperor of the Universe that now this ends right here. With using both their powers, they increase their powers immensely. Frieza isn't shocked because they're holding even more power, and Vegeta tells Goku that it's time for them to finish this once and for all, and Goku agrees. Frieza of course tries to fire a Death Ball at them, but Vegeta powers up a Final Flash, and Goku powers up a Kamehameha, with both of them firing it at the same time. Using the final Kamehameha, both of them blasts the Death Ball of Frieza, and instantly he's evaporated with the blast, with Frieza screaming that it cannot be possible. He cannot be defeated by those monkeys. And eventually he's eviscerated. Nothing but his cries could be heard, as that is the only thing that could be heard after his vaporization. As for Goku and Vegeta, they were then powered down, exhausted because of these new transfers they achieved. Goku knew that Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 was incredibly strenuous form, but he never expected that it would be this strenuous. And eventually Vegeta also powered down. The Super Saiyan Blue evolution was an incredibly powerful form, but just like the Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken times 20, it was pretty exhausting and stamina draining as well, with both of them practically pushing their limits beyond what they actually currently have. So right now they're at their limits, but they knew that in the future they're able to break through. Of course, eventually they call on Whis, and eventually Whis appears, and eventually congratulates them on the win only against Frieza as he heals both of them. Eventually congratulating them and to see that they became even stronger. Eventually both Goku and Vegeta would have asked about Raditz' training, with Whis eventually showing Raditz in his staff as he's training, fully master Super Saiyan, and eventually Super Saiyan 2, and eventually even gather some God Ki within him. They actually surprised that Raditz actually able to progress this fast, but Whis explained that he practically gives some tips to Raditz and practically gave him some God Ki so he can practically adapt to it, so he can get much stronger. And of course, Goku and Vegeta were pretty happy about that. Since they're growing Mr. Stronger together, so they believe that if Raditz trains by himself, they may be able to grow stronger as well, but they didn't want to join him as well. Of course, we think that they deserve a break, since they have fought Frieza for a long time. Goku and Vegeta realize that maybe Whis is right and eventually go back to Beerus' planet, as both of their wives greet them. And eventually they're met by, of course, none other than Gohan. And of course, Goku is actually happy to see his son. Of course, Goku already knows that he had a son, but of course, he just trained with Vegeta, and of course, still had Gohan like in the original timeline. Gohan is still in the original age he'll be in the timeline as well, so yeah. As for Trunks, he's still not born yet, but he'll be born pretty soon. I would say at least a year earlier, so yeah. Now, of course, Goku and Vegeta continue to train and increase their powers, but because of Gohan actually being born with Goku actually achieved God Ki much more earlier on, Gohan would naturally have God Ki within him as well. Because this, of course, Goku would have trained Gohan to handle the God Ki so he can control it. Since Gohan can already achieve the power of the Super Saiyan God, he'll practically train him to master it, and eventually Gohan will be able to achieve Super Saiyan God. While Vegeta, of course, continues to train and increase his power and eventually master Super Saiyan Blue evolution. Goku, of course, trying to also master Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. With both of them trying to master their new transformation and eventually continue to grow stronger. Of course, they do train with Raditz as Raditz continues to increase his power. Raditz also goes to Earth from time to time, and eventually meets with Launch, and eventually they hook it off together. Of course, they don't get a daughter or anything like that, but they do get married. And both of which do attend to a marriage alongside Whis as well. Eventually, the three Saiyans will continue to train and increase their powers. Of course, the Rats will be a little bit behind by Goku and Vegeta because they're not only just practice but also train together, making Goku and Vegeta actually be in sync with each other even when they do teamwork. And of course, Goku and Vegeta have been trained by Whis so they can practically achieve their own transformation individual for them. Of course, Whis does want to teach both of them Ultra Instinct, but even with his tips and even training Goku and Vegeta, Vegeta is still lacking in a part of practically achieving the Ultra Instinct, while Goku is actually getting a much better handle on it. Of course, Vegeta is kind of jealous of Goku that he is able to practically pick up all this while he can. But of course, Goku doesn't actually mind it, and Vegeta tells Vegeta he can go his own way, believing that maybe if Beerus wakes up sooner or later, maybe he can teach him to achieve the power of Ultra Ego. Since both of them knew about Beerus having an Ultra Ego, because Whis actually told them about this. So Vegeta believes that maybe he will, so he continues to try and increase his power, with Vegeta believing that in due time when Beerus wakes up, he'll prove that he's stronger than ever before, and prove the God of Destruction that there are no more who will surpass him. And eventually, a year or two will pass. And if you guys are wondering, this is actually really only into series, so yeah. Even before the Frieza arc actually happens, so yeah. So Goku and Vegeta will actually have a couple of years of free time to train. Of course, they will go back to Earth and Master Beerus' world so they can visit their friends like Cruella and Yamcha, Tien as well. They'll also be training with both Goku and Vegeta, but of course, their power is much more greater to the humans, so humans will go to King Kai's planet and eventually train each other. So they can increase their powers and eventually all of them learn the Kaioken. Thanks to Goku's help and guidance, they're able to increase their powers immensely. And with of course Vegeta's guidance, they're actually able to become some God Ki. Well, not much, still pretty good for a beginning. Of course, both Saiyans will continue to train and increase their powers, while the humans continue to grow stronger themselves. But of course, eventually, a couple of years would have passed, and eventually Goku and Vegeta will grow immensely stronger, with both of them fully perfecting their forms. With Vegeta perfecting Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, it can actually handle Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 with ease, able to easily perfect Super Saiyan Blue as well, just like Vegeta did with Blue Evolution. Of course, not everything will be practically peaceful as they originally thought of, as eventually a future warrior will appear, and that future warrior will be none other than future Gohan and future Trunks. We will eventually meet their fathers and eventually explain what is gonna happen in the future. Now we skim back to the future timeline with a backup explanation, with both Gohan and Trunks explaining their past. Of course, like in the original, Goku and Vegeta would have actually trained together so they can increase their powers. But what that they knew is that Zoro actually focused more and solely on practically gaining their DNA. And because of the battle with Frieza and Goku getting pummeled by them, Dojo was able to gather much more enough data to practically get both Goku and Vegeta's DNA alongside Frieza's as well. It was to practically give it to Cell, and due to Goku and Vegeta's power being much more greater than ever before, this Cell was able to grow much faster. And because of this, he was able to absorb both 17 and 18, who were much stronger than their canon counterparts, because the upgrades that Zoro gave them because of these Goku and Vegeta being stronger than canon. So yeah. And because of this Cell was so strong that he was able to easily beat both Goku and Vegeta at the same time, even in their strongest forms. Even when Vegeta did use his final explosion, that barely even killed Cell, and Cell was able to regenerate and grow stronger. Of course, both Gohan and of course Trunks were able to survive and eventually continue their training themselves, training on Beerus' sword to increase their powers. With their powers constantly increasing, they train with Whis so they can increase their powers. And of course, it did help, but they were only able to get to a Super Saiyan Blue evolution level. Of course, Gohan did go the same path as his father with using Blue Kaioken, and Trunks of course following his father's footsteps of Blue Evolution. But that was not enough to even face Cell. Even with their trainings that they did for years to practically catch up to Cell, Cell also trained himself as well. He knew that Gohan and Trunks would be trained with Whis, so he trained himself as well so he can keep up with them and not even overpower them. And he did exactly that. Of course, both of them were able to survive multiple times, but also a couple of planets around the galaxy were destroyed because of Cell, and he had his fun while destroying them. He was just like Frieza, but much more cruel. And of course, after learning the information, Goku and Vegeta were pretty worried about this. But their sons explained that they must grow stronger and surpass their limits, believing that their fathers will grow even stronger than ever before. Of course, Goku and Vegeta thanked both their sons, and eventually they hug it off, and eventually leave. With, of course, now Goku and Vegeta prepared and ready to face Cell if they need to. They're training even harder than ever before, and knew that they must surpass the limits they have bring themselves right now. Which I think that maybe there's a level above Super Saiyan Blue. You have Blue Evolution as well. Blue Evolution is like a grade 2 version of Super Saiyan Blue. So maybe they can practically evolve to Super Saiyan 2 variation. And you can actually see where Vegeta is coming from. Since Super Saiyan has Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan Blue might be able to have a second transformation. Not just with Kaioken or Blue Evolution. Blue Evolution is in the middle stage of it. And Blue Evolution can also be evolved into this as well. So they both believe that they must combine Super Saiyan 2 with Super Saiyan Blue as well. Believing that with this, they're able to grow even stronger than before. So both of them continue to train and increase their powers. Believing that if they master this transformation and able to achieve these new ones, they're able to grow strong enough to defeat Cell. But only time will tell as they continue to increase their powers and train. Of course, Goku did train Gohan so he could increase his power. And eventually Gohan was able to perfect Super Saiyan God. And eventually, with Goku's help, he was able to achieve Super Saiyan Blue as well, growing even stronger than before. As of course, Goku and Vegeta still continue on with their training. But little they knew is that Drew was actually making his plans way earlier than the original. And because of course, this Cell is actually grown much older, and now he's ready to absorb the androids. But he'll wait for now to see how strong these Goku and Vegeta will appear right now. But that is the end for the sport. Hope you guys enjoy us. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sayonara, my Z fans. I'll see you next time.